All right, guys. If you're here, we're here. It's Elkhorn South versus Gretna. Looking to keep the momentum going after the 5-0 win yesterday. No scratches for either team. Gretna looks to push early, got it in the zone, tests the goalie, hits off the outside of the net, loses possession. Elkhorn's on the move outside the zone, turnover in Gretna's zone. South pushes it back deep, Gretna's got the puck, looks to flip it out, past the blue line, can't quite get it there. Elkhorn pushes it back deep. Gretna takes possession, pushes it back up the far boards. Turnover, almost a turnover. Gretna takes the puck, pushes it, tries to push it down deep, can't get it past the defense. Little hook on the hands. Gretna pushes it back down into Elkhorn's defensive zone. Elkhorn's winding up. Missed a pass. And we're gonna get icing. Drop's going to come just to the right of Schapper. Gretna wins the draw, loses the draw. Elkhorn South's got it. Defense is pushing the pace. Looks to get it across. Carries through the blue line. Maintains possession into the corner. Gretna goes to push it towards their own goalie. Oh, goal! Didn't see that happen. Looks like Eva's going to get the final push through the net. Nice coast-to-coast work. 1-0 Elkhorn South, 14:40 left. Face-off center ice. Gretna got control, goes to push it to the neutral zone, turnover in the neutral zone. Puck crosses the blue line into Miller's zone, push back behind their goalie. Gretna gets to it first. Looking to clear. They will. Turnover in the neutral zone. Elkhorn flips it back across the red line. Flips it back into Gretna's zone. Loses possession. Puck's going down further into the corner. Elkhorn shoots a shot, goes up over the goalie. Elkhorn South pushes the pace right back behind the goalie. Gretna returns back to the other side of the goalie. Elkhorn trying to keep it below the blue line. And it's going to look like it's just barely going to squeak out. Elkhorn takes possession, winds back up, exits the zone, back into Gretna's zone, back out to the blue line. Gretna maintains possession, sends it around, they're back behind their goalie, trying to get reset. Elkhorn's got possession, loses possession. Right back to him. Elkhorn's pushing the pace back down. Shot off the stick, into the net, and have a face-off. Face-off just to the right of Gretna's goalie. Gretna gains possession of the puck, looks to push it out past the blue line. Turnover in the neutral zone. Elkhorn's got it. Looks like a one-on-none shot. Saved by the goalie. Tries to clear it. Can't get it out past the blue line. Elkhorn South's putting on the pressure. Tries to push it back in front. Elkhorn's got possession up at the blue line again. Tries to hold the blue line. Just keeps it in. Shot on net. Rebound. Shot scored. like Evan Mahawal got that one. Another face-off. South maintains, go back and forth in the neutral zone. South's going to get it past the blue line, loses control. Gretna's pushing. It's like 1-on-3. Got right past the defender, but Shepard's there to back him up. It's like a puck back on net. South's got control. Looking to set it back up. South looks to control it, coming through neutral ice. They've got it. Shot on net, just a little high. Puck ends up all the way back down in Elkhorn's zone. Looks like Miller's pushing through, gonna put it on net, score. Uh, 3-0 Elkhorn South over Gretna. 12:02 left in the first period. Elkhorn South gets control, pushes it back in. The team's going to be offsides though. Here you go, Mom. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Gretna wins the face-off down there. Elkhorn able to keep it in the zone. Takes the hit to make a play. Puck's headed back towards the net. Misses the goalie. Heads all the way back around. Back to the blue line. Back around behind the goalie. Elkhorn has control. Looking to cause some havoc behind the net. Ooh, looks like somebody got a stick on that one up into the net. Elkhorn's going to change out some forwards. Head back to the face-off dot, just to the right of Gretna's goalie. Face-off won by Gretna. Well, Gretna loses possession. Elkhorn's got it over on the half wall, sends it back out to the blue line. Shot on net, saved by the goalie. Face-off now to the left of Gretna. South wins it. Blocked out front before the puck can get to the net. Sent around the boards on the far wall. South keeps it in. Eba's pushing it in down deep behind the goal. Gretna maintains control, pushes it back around their goalie. Gretna just trying to get out of the zone. Turnover in their own zone. South's got it again. Looking to push through the middle of the defense. Can't quite get a shot off. Puck just trickles just to the left of the goalie. Gretna pushes it back out again. Still can't seem to break their blue line. Eva's got it on the, pushes it up over the goalie. It's going to wrap all the way around out to the neutral zone. And Elkhorn South winds up back again, headed back into the zone. Pushes it back around their goal, Gretna's goalie again. 50-50 possession, a couple of sticks slap at it. South's got control up at the blue line again, pushed all the way back around, far boards. And kind of hanging out in everybody's feet down there. South pushes it back around to the other side. A little 50-50 action here. Gretna's got it, pushes it back around the other side. South changing behind the play, gets some fresh bodies out there. Gretna tries to flip it up high, can't quite get it past the blue line. Elkhorn's defense has it, tries to send it in there through some legs. D to D. Oh. Nahimov pushes it back towards the net, just misses wide. Gretna pushes it out again. They will break the blue line, and they've got a man hanging outside. Elkhorn pinches, pulls the puck away, comes back down with momentum. James got it on the wall, pushes it all the way behind the goalie. Elkhorn gets it down in the corner, 50-50 puck. Gretna pushes it back behind their goalie again. Emmett looks to have a hold of it. They're just pushing back and forth behind the goalie, trying to jam it home, out to the point, D to D. Evans got it, the blue line, back to Jaden. Jaden's gonna send it in, bounces off the goalie's glove. Elkhorn's got control of it behind the net, centering pass, just misses it. I think it hit a stick before it got to the net. Another shot on net by Emmett. The goalie's gonna push pause on the play. 8:29 left. Still 3-0 Elkhorn South. Elkhorn putting on a lot of pressure, living in the offensive zone at this point. Face off one, pushed out to the defense. Looks like that shot with Blake Jaden was blocked by somebody before. It never actually made it to the net. Gretna's got it along the side. Gretna looking to push, get it out of their zone. Good pursuit by Elkhorn. Can't seem to get control. Gretna's got it behind their Elkhorn goalie. Looks to push it. Tries to get out of the blue line. Can't quite get it there. Gretna pushes it back in deep. Elkhorn's going to be there first. It's going to be up the wall. Tries to center it to gain momentum on the way out. Elkhorn gains possession. Tries to push it through the middle. Doesn't quite make it there. Hits a leg. Gretna's got it. Looking to shoot. Blocked up by Jaden. Back towards the net. Good save by Schaffer. Elkhorn's got it back behind their goal again. Looking to push out. Just past the blue line. It'll get there. Gretna's got control. Taking it all the way back down deep in their own end. Elkhorn gets control of the puck just inside the blue line. Turnover. Gretna's got it. 4 Elkhorn players converge. Big collision. Takes a hit to make a play. Puck's headed back down towards Gretna's end. Saved by the goalie. Juicy rebound. Just can't get a hold of it. Gretna pushes it back out past the blue line. Elkhorn attempts to reset. Can't get it there. Elkhorn's got it in their own zone. Looks to push it up the wing. And I think that's going to be an icing. Face-off comes back down. Elkhorn's defensive zone, just to the right of Schaffer. Elkhorn wins the face-off, maintains control to the blue neutral zone. They've got a 2-on-1. Oh, looks to pass it. Just can't get a hold of it. Looks like the goalie made a save on that one. Elkhorn keeps it within the blue line, though, looking to center it back in the middle of the ice. Gretna gets a stick on it. Elkhorn defender goes down. See Schaffer with the save. Elkhorn looks to push it back again. Sends it across the ice. Got a man. Miller's headed up. Now it's 1-on-1 after that move. Looks to pass it again. Can't quite get it all the way over there. Puck's headed back towards the net. Gretna makes a save. You might see yourself every once in a while, but you're not in the way. Puck drops. It's going to come to the right of Gretna's goalie. Elkhorn wins it, puts it right on net. Sharp save by the goalie. They're going to run it back, same side. 50-50 face-off. Elkhorn gets it up to the shot just wide of the goalie. Might have hit a stick on the way in. Elkhorn's got control in the corner, looking to push it back up to the blue line. Up top again. Puck shot over the goalie's head. Elkhorn maintains control up at the blue line. Looks to push through the defense all the way through. Another goal. I believe that's 2 by Eba right now. Top shelved it right there. We're now sitting at 4-0 Elkhorn South over Gretna with 5:43 left in the first period. Face off at center ice. Elkhorn controls. Pushes it back into their own defensive zone. Got control at the blue line. Turnover at the red line though. Gretna pushes it back deep. Elkhorn got a piece of it. No icing. Puck comes all the way to the short boards. Tries to push it out. Gretna maintains control down in their own zone. Pushes it back up the short wall. Elkhorn's got control back into their offensive zone. Looks to reset, wait for some bodies. Elkhorn's got it, tries to reset it back up at the blue line, can't quite get it there. Elkhorn South's going to keep it in just for a second, then it's pushed back out. Elkhorn South's going to reset, send the puck all the way across the ice. Going to get a cross, looks like a cross-checking penalty right there. I don't think you can extend the arms. Yeah, cross-check on Gretna. Looks like Elkhorn's going to get power play with just under 5 minutes left. Still in the first period, 4-0 Elkhorn. I got it up on the new fancy board. Nice. All right. Face off. Elkhorn got possession. Puck tries to get sent towards the net. Doesn't quite make it there. Blocked out by Gretna. They push it all the way back down. Elkhorn's going to get there first. They're going to push it all the way up the opposite end. Ooh, Gretna's going to get themselves a little action here on the short-handed. Elkhorn pushes it just out past the blue line. Elkhorn's got it back in their own zone. Going to change out one man. Elkhorn's got possession down in the zone. Gretna had it for a second. Couldn't quite push it past the blue line. Elkhorn going back and forth. Tries to pass it all the way across, doesn't quite make it there. Oh, good pass, down deep. Shot from the blue line, right over the goalie. Gretna gets it out the blue line, they're looking to make a change. Elkhorn South is going to get possession back behind their goal. Looks like they're going to change out one body. There was a pass. Looked like, I don't know who it was to, but Gretna picks it up first. Gretna man goes down behind the play. Elkhorn South's got possession, looking to move it up. Missed pass by Elkhorn South. Gretna pushes it back out. South's got the puck, gonna bring it across the blue line. Gonna lose control again, can't seem to set it up. Gonna get shot by Gretna. Looks like offsides on Elkhorn South. Looks like the power play is over. 2:29 left in the first period. Face off. Elkhorn South pushes it down deep. Elkhorn South's got control, looking for somebody in front of the net. Good pass, good save by the goalie. Once again, same rerun play. Tries to push it back in front of the net. Tries to get it out to the blue line. It's going to bounce over the Elkhorn stick to make it all the way back out. Elkhorn looks to push one more time. Give me a 2-on-2. Back and forth. Shots coming. Just missed. The dasher makes a big bounce. Elkhorn's got control out at the blue line. Pass down to the corner. Back up to the blue line. Shots coming. Hits a few sticks on the way. Doesn't quite make, slid right over the goalie's head. And we're working along the half boards on the far side. Gretna looks to push it out. Can't quite get it past the blue line. Elkhorn pushes it back down deep behind the goalie. Tries to get it back out. Does. It's going to leak out past the blue line. Elkhorn South looks to recoil. Gains the blue line. Looks to center it. Doesn't quite get there. Makes it through. Pass. Centering pass attempt. Doesn't quite make it all the way over there. Gretna has possession. Tries to keep it outside of the blue line. They will for a second, but Elkhorn South's back in there. Pass all the way across. Oh, it hit a stick on the way to Jaden. Trickled over there, and then it just kind of slid its way into the goalie. Almost done with the first period. 46 seconds left. Face off. Almost won by Elkhorn. Gretna pushes it out, just can't quite get it past. Gretna coming down, tries to send it in front of the net. Does get it there, but no one seems to get a hold of it. Looks like Rowan's pushing the pace, trying to make them work for it in their own end. Elkhorn's going to lose the zone, but get it in the neutral zone. Flips it back in deep. Gretna's got possession. Looks to flip it off the boards. Escape the zone, and they do. Good back check by Elkhorn South to get there. It doesn't let him get a shot off. Puck trickles towards the goalie. Makes an easy save. 4-0. Elkhorn South to Gretna's 0. Elkhorn, well, they moved it. I think they had 14 shots on goal. I think Gretna's got 6. All right, face-off's going to come. Still 4-0. Elkhorn. Goalie switch sides. Puck's going to head back down into Elkhorn's defensive zone. They gain possession, looking to move it out with some pace, sends it across ice. Doesn't quite connect. Elkhorn South. Oh, never mind. Gretna's got a hold of it, and they're going to send it all the way back down for an icing. Faceoff's going to come all the way back down to the right of Gretna's goalie. Gretna wins the faceoff, and push it up the boards. They're going to get it past the blue line. No icing call. Elkhorn's going to get there first. Wrap it around, push it back up their own boards. The neutral zone back and forth. Ooh. Puck's going to head all the way back down. We're going to get another icing on Gretna. Now the face is going to be just to the left of the Gretna goalie. Elkhorn wins the face-off, pushes it back up to the blue line. It hits the stick on its way, never actually makes it there. A 3-on-2 developing if he can get it there in time. Pushes it towards the goalie, never quite actually makes it there. Elkhorn's got possession, pushes it back up, one-on-one. Looks like Gretna's going to get back. Gretna tries to push the man. Doesn't work. Elkhorn center the puck. Nobody was home though. Elkhorn maintains possession. Elkhorn pushes it through. Shot in the feet. Hard shot, wraps around the boards, never made it to the goalie. Elkhorn South's going to push back, D to D. Looks for one. Oh, hit the referee. Oh, careful, fellas. Elkhorn does. Everybody on the bench started screaming offsides, just a skosh bit too late. Elkhorn's going to change up the forward line. Face off won by Elkhorn. Gains the zone. Ooh, puck trickles just out, just wider than that. That was, it almost fell in there. Gretna looks to push out. Pass doesn't make it. Elkhorn South had control, lost it in the neutral zone. Jaden looks to flip it out all the way across. Doesn't quite make it all the way over. Gretna pushes it back in Elkhorn zone. Elkhorn recoils. 2-on-2, looks to move it to the center, waiting for support. Support comes, blue line's got control of it, pushes it back around deep. Gretna tries to push it back up those same boards, doesn't get a hold of it. Elkhorn South got in the corner looking to hold possession. Slides right through the man center. Elkhorn's holding possession down in the corner. Just a little bit of a turnover there. Gretna's got it. He's moving with some purpose. Maintains possession all the way behind. Eventually, two Elkhorn players converge on it. Can't seem to get it. Possession, Elkhorn. Drop pass by Elkhorn. Almost worked. Just couldn't clear the shooting lane. Elkhorn's going to get possession behind their goal. Gretna's got three guys behind the play once this comes to fruition. Now Elkhorn's on the move. Drop pass, shot towards the net, almost got the tip up front. Elkhorn maintains the, nope, we got 50-50 pucks along the far boards over there. Looks like Gretna's going to get it. They're going to put it right in front of their own goalie. Two shots on net, almost both of them. South's got possession over the blue line, sends it back around, pushes it back to the corner. Gretna had possession, loses possession. Now they've got possession again. Looks to clear the zone. They'll squeak it out there past the blue line, through the red line. Looking to pressure Elkhorn. Turnover just at the blue line. Elkhorn flips it off the boards, looking to keep moving up the ice. Can't quite hold it all the way through. Gretna's got it. 50-50 puck. Elkhorn takes possession. They're going to try this way. Elkhorn's got the pass. Ooh, head man up. One-on-one. Just wide of the goalie. Puck's going to make it all the way back around. Doesn't quite get there. Tries to flip it off the boards. Doesn't work. Puck ends up in the far corner. Elkhorn's got possession. Looks like it's going to be 2-on-1, maybe 1-on-none. Tries to center it. Support just wasn't there. Gretna's coming too. Looks like, oh, and they threw it. They beat them offsides. They had 4-on-2. And poor Gretna was offsides. All right, face-off's going to come just outside of Elkhorn South's defensive zone. Gretna wins the face-off. Possession in the neutral zone, turns it right back over. Elkhorn's got it, pushes it towards the net, bounces off the goalie, looking for a rebound. South gets to it first, it's up at the blue line, looks to pass it across, doesn't quite connect. Gretna looking to push out, good stick by Elkhorn to get a hold of it, so it can't quite make it out. 2 shots blocked, neither of them got to the goalie. Elkhorn pushes it back down deep into the corner. Gretna pushes, can't quite connect through the neutral zone. Elkhorn's going to get possession back. Gretna gets it, pushes it back down into Elkhorn zone. Elkhorn makes a couple of moves, looks to push it down deep, swing it all the way around the boards. Elkhorn's there first, outskates the puck, turnover. Elkhorn's got control up at the blue line, pushes it back down deep. Gretna's looking to push, try to get it past the corner, can't quite get it. Puck goes wide off the shot from the blue line. Elkhorn's got it in the short corner, maintains control, looks to move the puck, can't quite do it. I think he's going to get a hold. Nope, never mind. Puck's off the moorings. Gretna's going to change. Elkhorn's going to change just a couple of bodies. Faceoff's going to come back down here just to the right of the goalie. Faceoff won by Gretna. Pulled back to Elkhorn. Going to push it around. Elkhorn slips up on the play. Elkhorn looks to push it all the way back across the zone. Got momentum. Elkhorn's got momentum through the zone. Got a couple of players right in front of the net. Oh, I think, was that Emmett? Ian took it all the way through. I think it bounced off the goalie's pads. And I believe it was Emmett Cheadle who ended up getting the goal. That'll make it 5-0. Elkhorn over Gretna. 9:01 left in the second. Face-off won by Elkhorn. D to D, pushes it up the boards. Almost a turnover neutral on Elkhorn. It's got possession. A little meeting of the minds over there on the side. Gretna's got possession, looks to flip it out. Might be just a bit too far for Gretna. Yeah, Elkhorn South's going to get to that one. Flip it back up over the boards. A little turnover back and forth in the neutral zone. Elkhorn South flips it in. It's going to be no icing. It's going to stop short. Elkhorn South maintains the pressure, keeps putting it on. Possession down in the corner. Pass sent over to the short side. Elkhorn South sends it all the way back around the board. Gretna's got possession, flips it, tries to flip it to a man. It's behind him. They're going to look at a change. Elkhorn South's got possession in their own zone. South's got the puck. Looking to move it. Makes it to the blue line. Sets up. Blue line over the short side. Elkhorn looking to make some moves on some passes. Doesn't quite make it all the way over there. South's got control in the corner. Tries to make a nasty looking goal from a horrendous angle, trying to catch him off guard. South got it. Pushed all the way over. Good shot. And I think the goal is off its moorings again. Solid pass across, though. Had the goalie moving left to right, just off the post. Elkhorn swapped out their defensive pairing, face-off, just to the right of Gretna's goalie. Looks like South's going to draw a penalty from Gretna with some work over in the corner. Going to have a hook. Like, got 2 minutes for the hook. Elkhorn's going to be on the power play. 7:12 left, second period, still 5-0 Elkhorn. South. Face-off's going to be just to the right of Gretna's goalie. I think they're just waiting for him to get the penalty on the board. There it is. Elkhorn wins the face-off, heads back to the defense, tries to send it towards the net. Blocked. Gretna pushes it just wide of the net, doesn't actually make it on net. Elkhorn tries to make it out of their zone, and I think they will. Elkhorn pushes it in deep. They're going to win the battle in the corner. South looks to push the pace again. They're going to get it out of the blue line. Send it back towards the net. Goalie scoops it up. Hit a couple of sticks right before it got to him. Elkhorn's going to change everybody on the power play. Face off just to the left of Gretna's goalie for this one. Elkhorn wins it, pushes it back up near the blue line. Shot's coming on net, just wide. Don't know if that actually hit the goalie or not. Puck sent back around behind Gretna's goalie. Looking to hold control, looking to jam it home. Can't quite get it there. D to D, all the way across. Elkhorn regains possession, pushes it deep in the corner. Back behind the goalie. Elkhorn looking to center it right there. They got a few humans parked right there. Sends it right across the goal. Good pass. Right across the crease the other side. Goalie never had a chance to make it over there. Looks like Millsy's got that one. Six nothing Elkhorn with just over 6 minutes left in the second period. Looks like Gretna's going to win that face-off to center ice. Try to push up the Elkhorn gains the zone. Looks to push it into the net. Turnover. Gretna pushes it back up deep. Elkhorn's got control back. Good pass across the crease. Puck hopped on him. Couldn't get a clean shot on it. Pass all the way across the zone. Puck ends up back behind the Gretna goalie. Elkhorn's got possession again. It's back up the blue line. Shot head towards the net. Hit a stick out front. Goalie somehow tracks it down. Okay. Now that it's 6-0, they've started the running clock, so we're just going to keep going here. Face off won by Gretna. Looks to push it around the boards. Can't quite get it out past the blue line. Back down in the same corner. 50-50 puck down there. Elkhorn South's going to get control. Gretna's got it back just behind the goalie. They're going to push it out. Nice little move to get him out of the zone. Looks like Gretna's got about 3 Elkhorn players converged on him. He's going to turn it over. Elkhorn's got possession again. Looks to move it up the far wall. Pass just out of the reach of Kylo. Elkhorn tries to do the same. Great pass out front. Nobody really moving for Elkhorn down there in the attack zone. They've got it back. Looks to center it. A couple of jam shots. Doesn't actually make it there. Elkhorn got possession. Another shot deep from the blue line. James got that one top shelf. Lots of bodies in the way. We're now sitting at 7-0. Just under 4 minutes left in the second. Center ice face off. Looks like South's gonna win it. Pull it back to their zone. James got it, pushes it up to, like Rowan's on the attack. Gains the zone. Maintains possession, pushes. Elkhorn tries to center it back out there. Can't quite get it there, sticks in the way. Gretna looks to push it back up the ice. And that's gonna be an icing. Puck's gonna come back just to the right of Gretna's goalie. Like everybody's new out there for Gretna. Gretna wins the face-off. Pushes it back out to the neutral zone. Gretna puts some bodies on people. They try to put it in the zone. Little flipper down to Shapper. Too easy. Puck's moved across. Just off, just onside. Oh, got a little trip on that one. Tripping on Gretna, yeah. Elkhorn's one back on the power play. Face off just to the left of Gretna's goalie. Elkhorn South wins the face off. It's to send it towards the net. Doesn't quite get there. A few bodies in the way. Gretna's going to push it all the way back down the ice. Elkhorn looks to settle it down, and that's a pass all the way down. Looks like an icing. Not really sure who that was to. Faceoff's going to come back just to the left of Shapper. Gretna wins the face-off, keeps it just inside the blue line. South's got some momentum moving out. Elkhorn puts a check, doesn't quite get possession, does end up getting possession, and pushes the puck back out of their blue line. Gets it, pushes it down on the far side. Elkhorn's defensive zone. About 40 seconds left in the power play. 55 seconds left in the period. Elkhorn South's got it. Gains the zone. Turnover right after they made across the blue line. Elkhorn looking to do the same thing again. As soon as it crosses the blue line. Don't touch it. Gonna get it offsides. .15 seconds left. Face-off's gonna just come just outside Gretna's defensive zone. Elkhorn wins it. Elkhorn's gonna gain the blue line. Spin it all the way around the boards. And that'll do it. 7-0. Elkhorn South, Gretna still 0. All right, third period, 7-0 Elkhorn South over Gretna. Gretna has 7 shots on goal. Elkhorn South's got 25. Face off center ice, won by Elkhorn. Turned over though, looks to flip it over the boards. Elkhorn South maintains control, tries to throw a heavy check on, doesn't really work out. Elkhorn keeps possession up at the blue line, pushes it back down in the corner. One on two, Elkhorn's got it, pushes it back up the boards, looks to flip it up to the blue line. Elkhorn maintains, looks to maintain, keeps it in there, looks to flip it towards the net, can't quite get it there, a few sticks in the way. Elkhorn pushing the pace down in the corner. Oh, looks to pass, gets it, oh, gets it to Ian, ends up on Millsy's stick, got him a goal. Now we're looking at 8-0 Elkhorn South. Center ice face off. Broken just under, it's over 14 and a half minutes left. South pushes the pace, gets a turnover in Gretna's zone, looks to maintain possession of the puck, looking to make some solid passes to get it right in front of the net, looking for some opportunities. South. Everybody was yelling off, but nobody was off. It's kind of weird. Elkhorn maintains possession in their own zone. A little tic-tac-toe up the ice. Shot just to the left of the goalie. South's got possession, clears the blue line, drops it back off, looks to put it right in front of the goalie. Doesn't quite get there. Gretna's got possession. Moving out on the short board. Gets it deep. Elkhorn's going to make it there first. Drop it right back. Going to move back out. Make a long pass. Ooh, Elkhorn's got to make it there. Ooh, no icing. Good effort. Nice check. Elkhorn turns the puck back over. Gretna's playing without a stick. Just kicks it to the corner. Does what he can. 50-50 battle. Looks like Elkhorn's got it. Tries the center. It can't quite make it there. Gretna's got the puck up the boards. Looking to just flip it out. Can't quite make it there. Jaden holds the blue line. Gretna's got it back. Flips it off the boards. That's going to make it out, though. South's got possession of their own zone. Back to the neutral zone. Back and forth action. Elkhorn's got it now. Looking to do a drop pass. Looks like Kyle's got the puck. Looking to score. Goalie makes a fantastic save. Twelve and a half minutes left, third period. Face-off just to the left of Gretna's goalie. South's going to win possession on the face-off. Head to the blue line. Looks to just throw it in there, maybe get a stick. Doesn't really happen. Minch has got it on his own blue line. Passes it over to Brody. Turnover headed back towards Elkhorn. South defense just gets it into the zone. Tries to push it in. Elkhorn's going to get it back. It looked like it was offsides, so puck doesn't lie, heads back down the ice. Elkhorn's got possession, winds back up, moves through the zone. Excuse me. Oh, cough. Elkhorn's got it, back in their offensive zone. Looks like Clokey's going wide, puts it on net, saved by the goalie. Tried to slam it back in there. Ooh, looks like, I think Amar got that one. Looks like it was, I think it was Amar. Either way, he was point blank, goalie couldn't catch up to that one. Face off at center ice. South's got possession. Maintains possession. Gretna, solid back check, gets the turnover, looks to move it out of the zone. Has a man at the blue line. Can't quite keep control of it. Elkhorn South's got it. Flip it off the boards. Almost kept it in. Just outside. We're going to have a face off. Face off just outside of Elkhorn South's defensive zone. Elkhorn wins the face-off. D to D. Looks to push the pace. Looks like Nahimov's got it. Makes a couple of moves. Does get it on net. Not a lot of pace, but he gets it there. Elkhorn maintains control up at the blue line. Abel makes a little move, loses control. Evan maintains it, pushes it back down deep into the corner, looking to get it right in front of the goalie. Gretna breaks that up, sends it all the way back down. It's going to come up short, no icing. Elkhorn's going to wind it back up. Somehow Elkhorn stayed onside. I don't know about that one, but Gretna gets it back out across their blue line. Elkhorn looks to wind it back up again. Looks like Evans got it in the zone, pushes it deep in the zone. Tries to get it. Gretna gets a hold of it, pushes it back up to the blue line. Either holds it, pushes it back down towards the goalie. Gretna just slaps it, sends it out. No icing. It's going to come up short anyways. Elkhorn's got control over on the far side. Just clears the zone. Really had nobody to pass it to. Gretna gets it across the blue line. Our captain tries to keep hold of it, can't really maintain. Elkhorn South pushes it back up the far wall. Nope, looks like the puck went into the bench. I'm guessing it's going to come out of the zone since it can't, the shot was from outside the zone. Yeah, okay. Just over 8 minutes left in the third period. Gretna wins it, pushes it all the way back to their own defense, just clears the blue line, passes it out. Elkhorn's got a hold of it. Gretna offsides has the recoil. Elkhorn pushes it back again. Shot on net. Saved by the goalie. Face-off's coming again, just to the right of Gretna's goalie. Gretna wins the face-off, looks to flip it up off the boards. Elkhorn keeps it back in, pushes it back towards the net, gets it there. Doesn't quite put anything on it. South's got control of it again. Tries to pass it across. Looks like Froloff ends up pushing it back around with a shot over the goalie. It's on the short side. Gretna's going to get control of it out there. Gretna looking to clear the blue line. They have had two people out there, couldn't maintain control. Elkhorn's got it, moving through the zone. Pushes it down deep. Gretna looks to push up the wall. Can't quite push it out past the blue line. Elkhorn South's got a hold of it. Turnover. Elkhorn converges. A little dipsy-do by Mr. Froloff. Shoots it, goes right off the mask of the goalie. Goalie took their mask off and they're down on the ice. That shot went right off the face mask. Goalie's back up. On their feet, skating off with a little bit of help from one of their coaches. They're going to swap goalies. Seem to be all right. They're getting some water. Face off, back down in Gretna's zone. They've got a new goalie. See if it gives them some life. Elkhorn's got the puck, pushes it back into their own zone. We're gonna springboard back out of the zone. Pass cross ice. Shot back on the goalie. Oop, they're gonna slow it down. First shot, first save. It's good news for a goalie. Still 9-0. Third period. 5:40 left in the period. Left in the third period, excuse me. Face-off just left to Gretna's new goalie. Elkhorn South wins the face-off, goes D-to-D with it. Pushes it in the far boards. Elkhorn looking to get a clean shot with some moves, sends it across the crease. Elkhorn South maintains control, looks at, got a man right in front of the net. It's at his feet. Doesn't quite get in. Elkhorn's got control, looking to cycle it back through, put it right in the in front of there. South got a hold of it, but it just went wide of the net. South's got it behind the goalie, tries to put it in. Great pass right out in front of the goalie. We're now sitting at 10-0 Elkhorn South. 32 shots on goal. Getting a lot of chances. 4:30 left, third period. Clock's running. Center ice face-off. Looks like Gretna wins the face-off. Turns it over in the neutral zone. South's got control. Looking to center the pass. Centers it right across there. Nobody down. Shot from the point. Hit a couple of bodies on its way. Never made it there. Another shot goes across the crease. I think South's just looking to make contact with some sticks with that puck right across the crease. See what they can get. Gretna's moving down. Elkhorn gets the turnover. Got control. Got a man streaking towards the net if he wants it. I believe that was Kylov, and that would be his first goal. Looks like Kylov finally gets on the board. Got the monkey off his back. He's off the schneid. I don't know, pick a saying. Elkhorn South's got control. Back down into Gretna's zone. Pass just behind Rowan. Eba looks to keep it in the zone. Pushes it down deep. Tries to send the pass. Gretna gets in the way. Gretna just looking to flip that thing out. It's going to clear the blue line. Elkhorn South just looking to dump it all the way back around. Gretna first there, can't quite clear the zone. Elkhorn sends it back up to the blue line. Shot makes it to the goalie, right off his pads, off the stick, second shot. Goalie halts play. 11-0 Elkhorn. 2:10 left, third period. Gretna wins it, tries to push it up the boards. Elkhorn pushes it right back down. Gretna sends it up to the blue line. South gets it, puts it back on net. South pushes it back down behind the goalie. Gretna's first there. South pinches again. Can't quite keep in the zone. Gretna moves back out. Tries to push it. Puck. Oh, no icing. I think somebody got a hold of it when Gretna sent it back down. Elkhorn's got control. Tries to push it out. Heads right towards the Gretna player. Schaffer makes a good save. Saves himself from the rebound. Gretna looks to push it back out. Recoiling. Elkhorn gets the turnover. Moves through the neutral zone. Himoff's doing a little back and forth. Good block by Gretna, though. Elkhorn's got control again. Sends it right to Gretna, about 50 seconds left. Elkhorn converges on Gretna, moving through the neutral zone. Two players going back and forth here in the neutral zone. Elkhorn's got it. Looks to push it down a little bit deeper. Gretna's got it. They're going to clear their own zone. Elkhorn's going to get control. Control, neutral zone. They're backing across the blue line. Lost control there for a minute, almost. Ooh, great pass. Lamar to Evans. Little backhand, forehand. Naheem off a penalty for something, I don't really know. Clock kept running. Final Elkhorn South 12, Gretna 0. Elkhorn South had 36 shots on goal. Gretna had 8. 2-0 on the weekend. See what happens tomorrow. I'm not sticking around for the Zamboni. Thanks, guys.